In 2017, under the rule of the Dr. Keith Mitchell administration, it was announced that the Western Main Road from St. George's to Victoria would be upgraded as a result of a grant from the Caribbean Development Bank, or the CDB. The CDB approved a grant of £930,000 to the Government of Grenada to prepare a feasibility study and detailed designs for the upgrade of the Western Road corridor. This was channeled through the United Kingdom Caribbean Infrastructure Partnership Fund, UKCIF. During Tuesday's media briefing, Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell informed journalists that some funding for the project might have been lost from the UKCIF.
In the meantime, yes, there's been significant changes in the world. Part of the funding for the project was in fact via the UK CIF program. The UK itself has undergone some significant economic and financial challenges, and the UK government has indicated that given its current circumstances that it may be challenged to fund the project, but it was only part funding. Part of the funding, and to a sense the total package was coming via the Caribbean Development Bank.
Prime Minister Mitchell says cabinet members have been in discussion on ways to reduce costs.
At the cabinet level, we have asked ourselves a more profound question, which is whether the Western Main Road project, as conceived, would give us value for money. Because the original project was really meant to resurface the road and in one or two instances address the bridges where the road is narrow, where one vehicle can't pass, and to do some minor straightening. And anyhow you look at it, such a project, if we take the entire Western Main Road, is easily going to cost close to 100 million, if not more, EC dollars. And we have to ask ourselves whether, if we spend $100 million to simply resurface the Western Main Road, we are in fact building infrastructure that serves our purposes for the next 30 or 40 years. Really, what we need is a road network that gets us to the north of the island in 30 minutes.
The Prime Minister explained why the Western Main Road project was not mentioned in the 2023 budget presentation.
So you would have observed that no explicit reference was made to that project in the budget, and the reason for that is because we are relooking the entire scope of the project. No doubt, work will have to be done on the Western Main Road. The bridges, for example, need to be widened so that at least two vehicles can pass. As you're aware also, we are looking at a geothermal project in St. John and St. Patrick. But from a more long-term perspective, we are looking at and exploring and having the necessary discussions to see whether or not we cannot come up with a road network that is modern, that addresses some of the concerns that we've talked about in terms of the impact of the climate change, soil erosion, land and rock slippage, as well as incursions by the sea, but that also gives us a road network that could last significantly for the next 20, 30 years.
The first part of the Western Main Road project, the Molyneux land slippage, is still underway. The Molyneux land slippage occurred after the funding was approved. Reporting for GBN News, Beverly Telesford.